The bear market is the time for restructuring a portfolio. If you went into stables, it's time to deploy that capital into projects you see having a strong narrative when the bull arrives. The ones who are building and developing something people will use. But it's also time to identify the shat coins you should avoid. And if you hold them from the last bull, it's time to get out. So let's flush that crypto poo down the toilet because it's time for Chico Crypto. Every crypto cycle, there are hype projects in the bull that get crushed in the bear to likely never return. In the early days, 2013, the only two coins who survived in the top 10 are Bitcoin and Litecoin. 2 through 8 are all irrelevant at this point. Checking out the 2017 bull run peak, we can see things got better with more projects surviving, but many of the top have still become irrelevant. Number 3, Bitcoin Cash has pretty much lost all steam. Number 6, IOTA is still around, but the hype is completely gone. Number 7, Dash has died. Number 9, NIM, nobody knows about. Number 10, Bitcoin Gold is an afterthought. And the Ethereum killer. Number 12, EOS failed to take down Ether as a smart contract king. So, which top coin is going to succumb to the fate of irrelevance? As the top 20 coins during this bull run peak are much different, but still show similarities to 2017 and 2013. First, we have to identify the EOS of this cycle, the Ethereum killer that is failing to kill Ethereum. And that is Solana, who got all the way up to rank number 4 this last bull run. Solana is getting trashed lately. It's fallen all the way down to rank 20 on CoinGecko. The price has fallen from above $259 down to $9.40, a crash and burn of over 96%. Solana DeFi is drying up. Checking out DeFi Llama and ranks based on TVL, Solana DeFi has been passed by Mixin and DeFi Chain, whatever those are. Diving further, we can see the TVL was 10.17 billion at its peak. Today, it's just over 203 million, a decrease of 98%. Shoot, in the last couple of months alone, it's dropped from 1 billion to its current state, a crash of 80%. Now, if you didn't know, SBF, FTX, and Alameda were major supporters of Solana and its ecosystem. Actually, Alameda holds a very significant chunk of the circulating supply of Sol. As we can see, the circulating supply is over 365 million Sol, and Alameda holds over 48 million of those, or 13.1% of all Sol circulating. Those are eventually going to be dumped to pay back investors. Alameda Research has a big investment portfolio, but a large majority of their investments were projects working in the Solana ecosystem. The tokens they received from those projects will also be dumped. Although the biggest thing Solana fanboys and girls need to be worried about is Jump Crypto. If you remember back in February of this year, the Solana wormhole bridge was hacked for $320 million. Well, the crypto VC firm jumped in and replaced the stolen funds. And Jump is close to FTX and SBF. Protos posted this article in November, a look at Jump Crypto and its shady past, and the article states, Jump and FTX go way back and the relationship is a deep one. However, the links haven't always been viewed favorably. Indeed, Jump was accused of colluding with Sam Bankman-Fried's Alameda Research on seed funding rounds and yield farming investments. It's also been alleged that Jump withdrew $300 million in assets from FTX a day before the exchange paused withdrawals. The wallet spent a few days routing USDT and USDC to 2 other Ethereum addresses. It also routed thousands of ETH to at least 2 other wallets. Jump is likely going under and taking a swath of Solana projects with it. The president of Jump, Kanav Karia, said this in November to someone replying to him, "How do you say we're down bad without saying we're down bad?" He said, "No doubt we're down bad. It's a dark day for the industry." Besides the VC blowups, Solana is centralized. It's a glorified database that is controlled by the Solana Foundation and a select group of VCs. The Solana blockchain went down and down and down and down again, facing outages that reached nearly 24 hours on occasions. And I tried to warn everybody at the Solana top. November of last year, I was on Crypto Banter arguing with Solana fanboys, and this is what I said.
So 2,000 validators? That's
no, well, there's only a select few amount of validators that produce blocks for Solana because it's based on stake.
Every epoch, they select 20 or
Dude, I did the research on that video. Go watch it, man. It's pretty easy to understand.
Anyway.
Okay, so Tyler, you're not a big Solana fan.
Well, I would be a Solana fan if they were honest in what they are. There are many centralized chains out there. I am a fan of one. It's called Energy Web Chain. They admit we are only run by a select few of validators. Just be honest. You know, you're not more decentralized than Ethereum. Just shut the frick up right now. I mean, come on. There's a reason you guys went down. It's because you got DDoS attacked.
Moving in the right direction of being decentralized, just like a lot of other chains that were early. I mean,
it's okay. But right now, if you go to the Solana website right now, they say they're the most decentralized. It's ridiculous.
This is what the Solana fanboys were saying.
Let's talk about something which Chico's going to hate for a second. It's the potential for Solana to flip an ETH.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so you can argue, yes, Solana has to go up 7 times to beat ETH. But if Solana goes up 3 times, goes to 600, 700, all of a sudden, the flippening starts becoming, maybe it's real. Now, does Ethereum come down as a result? Is there some sort of equalization point where Solana only has to go up 5x?
Yeah, Vinny was thinking Solana was going to flip Ethereum, while I was saying this.
I mean, I'm, looking at Ethereum. I think layer 2 Ethereum is going to solve most of their scalability issues. And I mean, it already is. I mean, Arbitrum, Optimism, that's what I'm looking at because, eventually when sharding comes, you're going to take these rollups and these rollups are going to become shards and its scaling is going to be no issue.
Remember, that video was in November, the peak of the last bull. Arbitrum TVL has held since then, and Optimism's TVL has doubled, even with the bear sucking liquidity away. And as we know, Solana TVL has been sucked dry. Solana is the EOS of this last cycle. It's not an Ethereum killer. The VCs who supported the price are abandoning ship, and they are still plagued with their blockchain issues. I'm not saying they will be 100% irrelevant by the next cycle in the crypto graveyard, but like EOS, they will fall from grace. EOS in 2018 got all the way to rank number 5, but today it's fallen all the way down to rank 40. What other coins should be avoided, which are highly ranked? Well, another one is Binance Coin BNB. Binance Coin is way up there, ranked number 5 with a market cap of over $40 billion. But it's an exchange token that relies on the centralized entity Binance. And we all know how that went over for FTX's FTT token. But the centralized aspect of their token isn't the only thing they have in common with FTX. They're both offshore and unregulated. Both have their own market makers active on its exchange. Both have minimal corporate governance. Both no board of directors. And both are under investigation for market manipulation and more. In my opinion, Binance is just like FTX. They're probably over leveraged and doing extremely immoral and illegal things, only they're bigger with a much more sophisticated mafia-like structure. Dirty Bubble Media, the one who broke the news about FTX in early November, even before CZ tweeted, is now shedding a light on Binance with the article, "Is Binance US a Fake Exchange?" where he shows with on-chain evidence that Binance and Binance US have transferred billions of dollars in crypto between each other. Dirty Bubble concludes, "We believe that these simple analysis demonstrate that Binance US customer funds are being sent to Binance and commingled with Binance customer assets. Our data also suggests that Binance US is using Binance to perform customer trades while pretending to be an independent entity. In reality, Binance US appears to be a little more than a facade to obfuscate the fact that an unregulated offshore crypto business currently under investigation for money laundering and sanctions violations is doing business in the United States despite being banned from the country." If this is true, and it looks like it, Binance is in hot water, like real hot, which makes holding Binance coin extremely risky. Popular crypto analyst Dylan LeClaire tweeted, "BNB is currently serving as collateral for nearly the entire crypto derivative complex. Binance is the only game in town, and an inflated BNB price is integral for margin positions. They own 50% of the entire float, and they subsidize financing costs against it as collateral. Although there is no way to check the safety of this derivative complex and BNB. Is it over-leveraged?" Blockchain analyst and journalist Data Innovation put out a great thread investigating the BNB chain due to many requests, and they found some suspicious things. They said, "We can now see for sure there are magical transfers between systems, and these are not auditable. The supply of BNB does not appear to be consistently managed across both halves of the Binance chain complex. Lots of stuff here does not look to have a verifiable history. It's probably not fair to call this a blockchain anymore. There is no way to audit the Binance chain. Supplies don't match. No verifiable history. BNB is likely over-leveraged and, in my opinion, is a ticking time bomb." Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.